friends, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another day of Vlogmas, another day of book challenges. Today's challenge is extra special because I finally went to a bookstore, a brick and mortar bookstore. I went into a building that housed hundreds of books that were available for purchase. And yes, I did buy a book. But the other thing that I did was I filmed a video. I filmed another video like we used to do in the before, where we played on the shelf. I got to see an assortment of books that another person had curated and that was just there for me to take a video of and to share it with you and to ask you how many of these books on this table you've read, and I'll tell you how many of them I've read, and we'll play the game. And it's awesome because today is a day where I have returned to book shopping and it was wonderful. It was almost as good as I had imagined it these long years that I have been away from book shopping. So we went to Greenlight Book Store in Brooklyn. My husband took me for Christmas because he's awesome. And while my daughter slept in the car and my husband stayed in the car with her, I got to go into a bookstore for about 25 minutes. They allow customers in the store for 25 minutes browsing, and I used up every moment that I could before I took my selection to the register to pay for it, and I'll tell you what I bought, but it was just awesome. And so we're going to look at the table, one of the several tables that I took videos of. Today's video is going to be new fiction paperbacks. So some of these are books that have been around for a little while. Maybe you read them in hardcover. Maybe you've already seen the paperback. Maybe you read it in ebook or listened to an audio format. Maybe you're one of those people who get galleys and arcs from publishers, and maybe you've read these books. So how many of these books have you read? But before we cut to the video, it's still a Vlogmas, so we must sing. We're making a book list and checking it twice. We're gonna find out who's been naughty or nice. Book lists are coming to town. It's book lists, Vlogmas style. And so here we are on location at Greenlight Book Store in Brooklyn, one of their 2 locations in Brooklyn. And here is what's on the new fiction paperback table. First, we have The Searcher by Tana French, which I have not read. Happy Hour by Marlo Granados, which I have not read. To Be a Man by Nicole Krauss, which I have not read. Detransition Baby by Tori Peters, which I started and DNF'd for now. So no, I haven't read that. Axiom's End by Lindsay Ellis, which I have not read. Rhythm of War by Brandon Sanderson, which I have not read. The Lying Life of Adults by Elena Ferrante, which I have not read, but I do want to read more of Elena Ferrante fiction because I so enjoyed her Neapolitan novels. I want to come back to her writing, or his, because there's a rumor that Elena Ferrante is a man. Next is Mexican Gothic by Silvia Moreno Garcia, which I have not read. The Office of Historical Corrections by Daniel Evans, which I have not read. Girl, Woman, Other by Bernadine Evaristo, which has been on my TBR for a couple of years now. Own a copy, but I haven't yet read it. The Ministry for the Future by Kim Stanley Robinson, which I have not read. The Death of Vivek Oji by Akweka Emezi, which I have not read. Station 11 by Emily St. John Mandel, which I have not read. Black Leopard, Red Wolf by Marlon James, which I have read. The Beautiful Ones by Silvia Moreno Garcia, I have not read. The Lost Daughter by Elena Ferrante, I have read. Bestiary by Kay Ming Chang, I have not read. On Earth We're Briefly Gorgeous by Ocean Vuong, I have not read. The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller, I have not read. The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid, I have not read. A Certain Appeal by Vanessa King, I have not read. When We Cease to Understand the World by Benjamin Labatut, I have not read. Antkind by Charlie Kaufman, I have not read. Ice Planet Barbarians by Ruby Dixon, I have not read. Persephone Station by Stina Leet, I have not read. Sex and Rage by Eve Babbitt, I have not read. The Arrest by Jonathan Lethem, I have not read. A Burning by Megha Majumdar, which I have not read, but it was on my TBR this month. The Mirror and the Light by Hilary Mantel, I have read. Winter Counts by David Heshka Wombley Whedon, I have not read. Normal People by Sally Rooney, I have read. The Every by Dave Eggers, I have not read. Want by Lynn Stager Strong, I have not read. Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte, I have read. A new edition, I suppose. Cute cover. The Thief by Funimori Nakamura, I have not read. And Collected Stories by Shirley Hazard, I have not read. On the other side of the table, we have The Three-Body Problem by Shi-Yin Liu. I have not read. My Brilliant Friend by Elena Ferrante. I have read. I read that entire Neapolitan novel series. The Empire of Gold by S.A. Chakraborty. I have not read. Plain Bad Heroines. I have not read. Red Pill by Harry Kunzru. I have not read. Ready Player 2 by Ernest Cline. I have not read. The Anomaly by Herve Letellier. I have not read. The Night Watchman by Louise Erdrich. I have not read. Missionaries by Phil Clay. I have not read. Luster by Raven Lelani. I have read. Keeping the House by Tice Chin. I have not read. Cascade by Craig Davidson. I have not read. What Happens at Night by Peter Cameron. I have not read. Such a Fun Age by Kylie Reid. I have read. Earthlings by Sayaka Murata. I have not read. Daddy Stories by Emma Cline. I have not read. The Undertakers by Nicole Glover. I have not read. Jack by Marilyn Robinson. I have not read. This is the newest installment in the Gilead series, and I haven't yet read it. The Love Parade by Sergio Pitol. I have not read. Walking on Cowrie Shells by Nana Nikweti. I have not read. How Much of These Hills is Gold by C. Pam Zhang. I have read. Assert the Hunger by Chelsea Summers. I have not read. Death in Her Hands by Otesha Mosfeg. I have not read. Transcendent Kingdom by Ya Jesse. I have read. Rosie's Curl and Weave. I have not read. When the Reckoning Comes by Latanya McQueen. I have not read. What Are You Going Through by Sigrid Nunez. I have not read. The Revolution According to Raimonda Mata by Gina Apostle. I have not read. The Liar's Dictionary by L.A. Williams. I have not read. And Slow Days, Fast Company by Eve Babbitt. I have not read. So of the books shown here today, I have read 9 of them, which I think just means I need to go book shopping more often and actually read some more of the books that are put out in bookstores. So thank you so much for watching this video. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to see more. We'll be back tomorrow with another book challenge, another list, another video maybe from the bookstore or someone else's bookshelf, or you're going to have to come back tomorrow if you want to see what challenge we're going to get up to. And until then, happy reading. Bye. And because you stuck around to the end, you get to see what book I brought home with me. I bought The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. I've been wanting to read this for a while, and so I thought I would pick it up and take it home with me. So this is a sneak peek into my December book haul.